Alright, time for a Karthus game. I will be showing you how you can learn to play Karthus, how you should be playing Karthus to well, have good success on him, really. This champion is amazing for carrying mid to late game. His scaling is great. His overall like jungle tempo is amazing as well. There's a lot this champion can do for you to find success with, but he does take some practice, so that is something you should keep in mind. If he's gonna steal that, that's gonna be interesting. Alright, we're just gonna start on blue anyway, because this is the best way I'm gonna start here. If I start on top and I just get like messed with, then it's kind of whatever. If I just do this and then he like takes... I didn't check at all. Kind of sucks. My ward is on the red, so I guess we'll see if he passed toward red or not. With Karthus here, there are two variations where you can do your like autos with, basically. One of them is QQ auto, and the other one is QQ auto, Q auto. And I mean, the easiest one is obviously QQ auto, because the other one like takes a lot more practice. Should have put on my E there. I'm distracted. And so that's definitely something, but I would recommend for most people just QQ auto, because that way you will be able to just get that down pretty easily, pretty consistently. QQ auto, Q auto is like a variation that requires you a specific amount of kiting, which makes things more difficult to play, so it's not great, really. I mean, it's great, but it'll save you seconds in your jungle, but for the most part, like, most people won't be able to pull it off correctly. So you're just gonna sit there and, like, not have a great time with it, really. You know what I mean? Go. I'm not gonna go to his red. We knew that basically the second he didn't show on the ward on my red buff, we knew for a fact that he was never gonna invade me there again, and he didn't take my raptors, because if the Kane takes my raptors there, he will always go for my red buff. It wouldn't make sense not to take my red buff if he took my raptors, if that makes sense. So if he does that, then I could just path from my wolves to like his raptors and take his bot side in return, because at that point he will never be there in time anymore. It's a bit of a slow clear, but it's okay. As you can see, you'll save a lot of time with the QQ auto thing. But, you know, go walk up to the riven here. Oh, Garen. Oh, that was close. That was very close, actually. I'm just gonna recall. This is good. This is very good. Alright, cool. I'll get that, and then I'll build a blasting wand here as well. Against, like, there are two specific mythics you can go for, basically. You can go for either Liandry's or Ludens. Against squishy comps, Ludens is better. Because, I mean, just more burst damage and all that. So I'm gonna definitely go for like the Ludens. I can go for both here, to be honest. I can go Liandry's as well. Liandry's here is quite good, actually, with the red cane and stuff. Could be very useful there. Sandra is quite tanky, so I might actually go for Liandry's here. They're a little bit more tanky than you would think. Let me just give this 1 second. Hopefully Leona goes in. Slowed. That's good poke damage. Got the slow in there. They were walking up in bot side there, so you just basically walk straight out of base and walk up into them. Because that way, like, they're all the way up here. If the Leona can just make any type of engage happen and slow them down, CC them, whatever, you can put a wall on it and it should be good. Should have smited a minion there, though, but, yeah. So I need to smite actually faster there, because otherwise I'd be losing out on my smite time. Yeah, so for the mythic, basically Liandry's or Ludens. The follow-up on that one, pretty much, if you go Ludens, sorry, you always go Shadow Flame because you're looking to burst. So that would be a thing. But if you're going for the other one, for Liandry's, then you definitely don't want Shadow Flame, honestly, because at that point you're building it to play against tanks, and then Shadow Flame is bad because you're looking for burst with Shadow Flame. You're never going to get that, so it's more of like a death cap, void staff type of angle at that point. So that's definitely the thing you should realize. For the runes as well, I went with Dark Harvest here, but obviously First Strike is a great option as well. First Strike is harder to play with. Dark Harvest is definitely easier. So that's really up to you how you want to do that. But yeah, something to keep in mind. So you're going to do this. Could have bought the double amp tome there in that situation, but I like the boots here for the mobility a bit. Also here for the runes, like the Presence of Mind, Last Stand. Last Stand works with Karthus passive, so that's really good there. And then Presence of Mind makes things easier for mana sustain. You can also take like Futures Market, Cosmic Insight with this, potentially. Ooh, early Dragon. Alright, fair enough. I didn't have any pressure for it, so I couldn't really do much about it, I suppose. Kinda sucks. The wall on it. Good. Oh, that's not good. Well, we can potentially dive this guy. I just need the Leona to take turret aggro there. Leona gets the stun off. My Q is guaranteed to land. It's going to do a ton of damage, so this is going to be a good situation for us there. Put the wall behind him so he can't run, and then Leona will be able to finish him off. Pretty good gank situation. Now, for the summoners as well, I run Flash on Karthus, because I like to be able to hold that distance between people, but also close the gap like I just did. You can easily run Exhaust on him as well, which is great against, especially against like very heavy dive comps. Makes Exhaust quite good. But honestly, like that's kind of preference, what you want really. Both will work, both will do the job. Just, yeah. It's a bit of a different playstyle with certain things. You will have way less mobility, obviously, if you don't take Flash. And I like the extra safety, because with Karthus, if you can play on like the edge of the team fight, or flash into the enemy team fight when you're getting like low and all that, and use your passive that way, that's what I prefer. But yeah, both will do the job. That's okay. I saw the Kayn on mid, so I diverted to mid lane a little bit there. That is a Lissandra ultimate used. Oops. Ooh, Thresh is mid. Syndra is getting abused a bit. Get that down. Actually should have looked mid there. If Lissandra had like kill range on HP. I can definitely go for like a Riven play here. I can look for that. This is not warded. Let's see if this is warded. This is also not warded, so we're good. Ah, man. Slower. I was surprised he didn't click, like... Why does he didn't click ult? Like, regardless of anything, right? I mean, fair kill. Whatever, but I don't know why he doesn't just click ult on her, because that damage, like, even if we would get her to, like, literally 1 HP, right? And that's a specific situation. We put her low, and then there's nothing she can do. She will just die to my ultimate. So I'm a little bit confused as to why he didn't just press that, but, I guess. This team is not tanky enough to go for like a Liandry's here, so I'm definitely gonna just go for the Ludens. If they were like, if this was like an Ornn top, they would definitely be tanky enough, but for the most part, they're just a bunch of squishies, so we're just gonna go for the nice Ludens here. This, yeah. Awkward situation there on top, like, just a damage gap there. Like, the Garen ult would have done plenty of damage to put the Riven to a point where she couldn't have done this against me, or she would have literally just died under a turret. So, it is what it is, really. Lissandra is here, but it shouldn't really matter. How about? My jungle clear is back up, so we're just going to do another rotation here. Now, because I went with Ludens here, I'm going to go Shadow Flame next item. Oh god. I need to hurry towards full plane as fast as possible. He's going to die to Riven already. Okay. He died to Kayn because he walked forward when Rift Herald was taken. When can I take the entire turret? Would appreciate not KSing, KW. Say that to a Karthus, my guy. I would appreciate not KSing. Like, saying that to like a Nunu, I guess, you know. But saying that to an actual Karthus is just like, well, my guy. Are you really serious? Kayn is dead. Riven should be dead as well, as long as my Garen doesn't roll this. Surely he has this guy, right? There is no way he doesn't. Oh, nice. I got an assist on Lissandra as well. Very good use of ult. Come on, Garen. Thank you, Garen. No assist for me, though, unfortunately. But he got the kill, so I'll take it. I mean, that's quite good for me, really. I'm not gonna lie. I will happily take that one. I knew that they couldn't really dive me too effectively without risking a double death. It was very close. If Riven took one more turret hit, she would have just been double deathed. But yeah, I need to go take this dragon right now, actually. Problem here is I don't have smite, I suppose. Maybe like here. What? Just no, don't start it. Oh my god, Leona. Dead. Perfect. That's literally what I wanted. I wanted to trap him instead of starting dragon right away. Just trapping them there is great for... Wait, let me just wall over here so I can have some vision. Perfect. I was literally waiting for Jhin to shoot him. Yo, wait, my auto-pathing is messing me up. Yo, hello. That was some awkward auto-pathing there. I was clicking, but then it was like, whatever, man. I clicked over the wall and I clicked move where I shouldn't move. I should walk to the wall and just stand still and don't click move. Which pathed me backwards several times, which didn't let me hit the Qs, which was bad. Me not killing... Like, Kayn surviving there is just my fault for trolling that with that positioning right there. In the other situation, I just waited for Jhin crit, because I can combo Jhin crit with my Q smite, and then there's no way Kayn gets that. Okay, Leon is dead. I'm almost level 11, which is good here. Are you kidding me? Really? Lissandra died as well. Alright then. That's a little bit rough. Getting hunted by Riven. Suppose Riven ult's now on cooldown. I do have my ultimate. I'm just gonna take this mid wave, honestly. It's a free wave, I'll take it. Shadow Flame is in 300 gold. See if Riven walks up here. I doubt it. I think my jungle is completely warded and I can't clear it. I actually think that is the case here. She's probably gonna be in this bush or something. There she is. That just sucks. I can't reach anything here. I'll be real. Like, Riven has too much control over this Garen. Where's the stun? What? Alright. I guess not. I am so close to getting my Shadow Flame, which would be very, very nice, but just not close enough, you know? I'm just gonna go bot lane here and see if I can get the Kai'Sa potentially. There should be like a plant here that I can use to get over the wall with. Kayn is probably gonna be around bot side somewhere as well. I could have walked over 50 wards for all I know. Step back. Good. You just create as much distance for yourself as you can. Very important there. Perfect. So what I do in that situation is I drag him as far back as I can to create as much distance as I can to get as many Qs off as possible. Before I like try to engage a fight. Then when they get on top of me, then we can have more of an extended fight. But this way you create all that distance so they take a ton of damage before they even reach you. Like that Thresh basically lost all of his HP before he even came close to reaching me. And that means that he just insta-lost that fight basically. He still had Karthus ult there as well. So even if they would kill me, like after taking all the damage, Karthus ult would come in with last stand and then they're just dead. So it was not going to be a favorable situation for them regardless. But you know. I have the upgrade, like I had the Dark Seal, so I can upgrade that into the Magi's here since I have the 10 stacks on it, so it's fine. You can also just sit on Dark Seal if you want, that's fine as well. Dragon's gonna be spawning here soon. That is definitely something I want to be taking. I should go defend bot wave here, I think. I don't think he can do much against me here, to be honest. He's gonna lose most of his HP already. He's dead. Wait. I was about to say, how the hell did you not die? I'm playing it as far back as I possibly can right there. I'm just creating as much distance as I can to make sure that they don't engage on me. I can do as much damage as possible, and that's like why I also play with Flash. Play with like Exhaust, you can like get a little bit closer most of the time and play a little bit more in their face. But playing with like Flash, you can just keep distance on them. And then if you really have to like get into a fight and like if you're about to die and stuff like that, you can look for like a good position with that instead. With Flash as well. Still have my ultimate. I haven't really used it this game, have I? This is definitely the time to use it. This is going to be an engage fight. I'll use it up front so I can just do a bunch of damage to them. He's not dashing on me, my guy. I mean, it's a double kill, but... Ah, damn. I misplayed that because I thought the Kane was going to use his Q on me, so I kept using my Q on top of myself for him to... waiting for him to Q me, if that makes sense. But he never Q'd me, so I was sitting there like, well, I suppose, you know? I have enough for a large rod and the stopwatch. I'll just buy a stopwatch with 750 gold because it's very useful. If I had like a stopwatch here, for example, that would have just won me the fight outright without dying. But yeah, I misread what Kane was going to do there. I thought he was going to dash into me with Q like at any point there, but he never did. So I never actually landed those Qs. If I would have landed like one of the Qs that I was throwing on top of myself on him instead, he would have just died outright. And I wouldn't have died, I don't think. I would have died to Thresh by himself at least. And I'm getting some magic resist here. I'm just going to have to go... I guess I still have to go for like a void staff right now. Put this down. I have some jungle camps to clear. I need to keep up my jungle clear tempo here. Because as Karthus, you obviously just need your experience. $50 seconds on ult's not too bad. Ah, right, she doesn't have a control ward, that's fine. If you had a control ward, she could have placed it on it. What is this? He thought he was going to have backup from Kane or something. What the hell was that? A flash, though. Put a wall there, so it'd make it more difficult for them to deal with that. Also, another thing, 60% of people watching my videos aren't actually subscribed. If you are one of those people, consider subscribing, checking if you're subscribed, and yeah, enjoy the rest of the video. Dude, I don't quite understand what the hell is going on here, but... No! I'm gonna get ruined here. How the hell... Ah, man. I didn't think Kane was gonna be able to get on top of me there. The second I clicked ult, I realized what happened, because my team couldn't contain him in this spot. He actually got the E through the wall and like flash on me and cancel that by killing me. If I didn't, like, I would have just killed Alessandro on bot lane. I would have done a lot of damage to Kaisa as well. Kinda sucks. I'm actually gonna just sell that for another large sword. Ah, that kind of sucks, man. That's a waste of my ultimate. But that's also quite bad because, well, obviously that, like, cost me the 2 kills, I think. I think I would have killed both of them. Greedy positioning there. I should have walked a little bit further back. Oh well. Should be able to 5v5 the dragon without too much of a hassle. With Presence of Mind, having blue buff is not as required because you can literally just chill. And if you get like any type of assist, which on Karthus generally isn't too difficult, you will still get a ton of mana throughout fight. Okay. I have 30 seconds on dragon. I'm gonna wait in this bush and see if the Riven walks up to it randomly. He does. Dude, really? Okay, I was about to say, how the hell did he not die there? My ult's up in 30 seconds. Come on, Leona, you got this with the ult. Leona ult. This time he dashed into it, that's good. Stay on as much distance as possible while still landing your Qs. That's good. We take dragon here. We can take dragon into Baron most likely here. Ah, Baron might be a little risky actually. That's fine. I think the Baron is a bit too risky of a call at the moment, but no. Death cap soon. No pressure for that right now. Got my death cap, that's huge. My main thing for these team fights is just like wait for Leona to engage and play off that. For the most part, for as much as I can at least. I can wait for like engages from my team and just play like a little bit more on the back foot and then force them to kind of dive me if they want to kill me. That is the ideal type of style. Because that way, like, it's gonna be very, very difficult for them to deal with you. They have to hard commit to a dive, which is definitely not too easy. On a Karthus, especially like with a wall up, and like once they get to you, they would have most likely been hit by like 1 or 2 Qs already, which cost them a ton of HP. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for blue here. This is not the most ideal thing because I kind of need the camps to hit level 16 right now. So losing a camp to my Garen there kind of sucks. But it is what it is, I guess. Look at my damage. Woohoo! 2 Qs and he's dead. Should be playing for Baron here. Q a bush. Q this bush as well. Make sure that I... That is not ideal. Syndra just kind of died for no reason. That sucks. Okay, well, we're going mid then, I suppose. Look at the damage done, man. This guy is dead. 3 Qs, 4 Qs, and it's dead. That's Baron. They have no jungler now. We hard focus Kayn ideally because the jungler instantly means Baron. So yeah, here you don't tank. Whoever tanks Baron does 50% damage, 50% reduced damage to Baron, and obviously I am the massive Baron damage dealer here as Karthus, so we don't want to be tanking Baron whatsoever. Quickly death, they're good. Now in this situation, I can do two things. I can build a Void Staff if I feel like I need more magic penetration right now. But I mean, it is an option. You can also build Zonias or like even Rylai's if you just want to be able to like be annoying and slow them. In this situation, I probably am going to have to go Zonias, or not Zonias. I'm probably going to have to go Void Staff because they have to build magic resist here, and they're probably going to build more magic resist, honestly. I don't think they're going to just stop at one here. I think they're probably going to build like a Force of Nature. What I would do in their situation. Maybe a Spirit Visage, I don't know, but it is just not ideal in this situation. If you're the only AP, you'll never really have this issue, because if they do something like that, it will be really stupid. Meaning that the rest of your team will do so much increased damage that it's just like... Alright. Again, they're playing as safe as possible on as much distance as possible to not allow her anything on me, basically. I want to be as safe as I can be, as far back as I can be, try to path as safe as possible to avoid any damage taken when I could just Q her for free. Technically there, if I have like an exhaust type of build setup, I could exhaust her and just kill her like that. Just fine as well, but it's just a different playstyle, really. 45 seconds on Dragon. See if I can just push the mid situation here a little bit. She got deleted. I Q did so much damage to him. Don't think my ult kills. I don't really have to use it here. I haven't really used my ult much at all this game, have I? It's not really been necessary. Good tank. I would like to see. I think I just play for Drake here. Get the Drake soul down. My Void Staff soon. Perfect. The Void Staff next recall here. Use my wall. Oh, I didn't have to use my wall for vision. Perfect. I'm gonna go get my Void Staff right now. If a fight breaks out right now, I could still ult if I have to, because I still have it. So if my team does get into a peculiar situation, I could just use the ult and kill them. Because at the moment, my ult is about 1100 damage. So this just looks like a fine ultimate situation, to be honest. This fight's gonna be engaged. Like, I wasn't there, I recalled, but because I have my ult up, I still pretty much decided that fight. My team would have hard committed to this a little bit more. They probably should have been able to kill like 1 or 2 more, I think. But that specifically is out of my control, of course. Don't be afraid. Like, at this stage in the game, using your ultimate to engage fights, or like when you see like a fight's about to happen, try to ult from a safe place, because ulting at this stage in the game up front is going to insta-win you team fights, like no problem. There is literally nothing they can do against you. Because you just do too much damage. Got him. There we go. Playing again on the distance, trying to snipe him with some Qs. I sniped him with a bunch of Qs. Or a bunch. I sniped him with 2 Qs. He lost all his HP and I smite killed him. After that, like, it's just Riven gonna engage, but she doesn't really have the damage to kill me here, I don't think, so... Oh. Did I just... hit the Nexus and end? There we go. That is it for Karthus. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to hit the like button below. For quite a bit. If you'd like to see more videos in the future, hit the subscribe button as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Alright, so for the damage stats on the end here, I ended up doing 50.6k damage, which is by far the best damage in the game. Like triple the rest, basically. So, looking very good there. Karthus is a very, very good carry champion, as you can see. True damage dealt at 3,167. Not bad at all. We have damage to object. True damage. There's no way that was just smite. I must have done, must have had enough magic penetration at some point to certain champions that my Q essentially did true damage. Because there is no way I would have done this with just blue smite, right? Yeah, I must have done. Quite, wait. No, yeah. That's quite nice, actually. Very good. Damage to objectives at 40.8k, really nice. Healing done at 10.7k. Damage taken at 27.7k. I actually barely didn't take the most damage, but still took a bunch of damage. We have self-mitigated damage at 18.8k. Gold earned at 18k. And for the runes, Dark Harvest ended up doing 3,500 damage, which is very, very good. Obviously, if you go for the first strike, this will give you a bit more gold in the process, but playing with first strike on Karthus is a little bit more tricky, because that requires you to basically hit them first. So if you happen to like miss a Q or something, or they get like any type of flank engage on you or anything of the sort, then that's not good. However, with first strike, you have to keep in mind that the wall also counts. So if you hit the wall, then the first strike will proc off that as well. So that's something to keep in mind. But first strike would do a little bit less damage than Dark Harvest for the most part. However, it will give you a ton of gold in the process, obviously, which helps you skill faster, which I mean, it's an option. It's just a little bit more difficult to play with, because we know that Dark Harvest is basically guaranteed, right? So like there's really nothing you can mess up about this. If you get like low enough, if you get the proc, you get the proc. So yeah, Cheap Shot for 1,300 damage, Eyeball Collection for 30 AP, Treasure Hunter for 550 gold. Just helps you with scaling. You can, again, also pick the Ultimate Hunter if you prefer that, but I prefer the little bit of extra gold help with the scaling in the early game. The good thing about Treasure Hunter as well is, like, let's say you get an ultimate off, and off that ultimate you get like 3 assists. You're instantly going to get a ton of gold from that. And in an early stage of the game, having like 550 extra gold's very, very good. It helps you snowball, and helping you snowball will eventually mean that, your damage is going to overtake, right? Like you saw in this game. Like I started snowballing, I started picking up Treasure Hunter stacks and all that type of deal, and I just got going. And that's why I do like Treasure Hunter over Ultimate Hunter, but obviously Ultimate Hunter is not bad on Karthus at all. I would say if you're going to go for the Futures Market setup, then Ultimate Hunter becomes slightly better, because you're going to have the gold income from the Futures Market to help you snowball. Not from the Futures Market, from the first strike, sorry, to help you snowball a bit more. So that would be an option there. If you're going to go Dark Harvest, I like the Treasure Hunter, because of not having first strike for the gold income. But if you go first strike, then Treasure Hunter is a little bit less valuable than Ultimate Hunter, because you're going to get the gold off of the first strike already. So, I mean, you could still pick it up, but yeah. Presence of Mind for a 7,000 mana and Last Stand for 1,280 damage. This counts in passive, so there are situations in late game team fights where you get like passive. They take a ton of damage from the Last Stand 12% damage increase. For your AoE one standing on top of you, plus then they can then also take ult damage if you have it up as well. So this number can be massive. I've seen games where I literally had like 4,000 or 5,000 extra damage on this rune just because of that. So yeah, that is about all. Goodbye.